way through. INEC police go to off 4 days to Edo election. TUC gives 7-day strike notice over electricity fuel price hike. Energy pipelines damaged 9,420 times in 5 years. Then you'd also find of interest, NJC, NBA insist on Ikpebem as Cross River Chief Judge. Group calls on South Korean government to reaffirm UN Declaration on Human Rights. And also of interest, Joe Hester strike to endanger more lives, says federal government. Lawan Bajabiamila faced trial over details of corruption probes. Trader dies, son sustains injury in Lagos train accident. Ikpeazu moves to save Abia Polytechnic. Abiola's family appeals against negative media reports on son's detention now. APC support group insists on sacking of service chiefs over terrorism ranking. NBC cautions broadcasters against infractions. Why North is in economic crisis by Aduogbe. That's a story to read, I tell you. Groups denounce presidency over vitriolic attack on Obasanjo. US hits election riggers in Nigeria with visa ban. Nigeria winning fight against COVID-19, says PTF. And then you also would find of interest this morning, military airstrike hits bandits camp, kills scores in Zamfara. Nati pledges safe returns and rehabilitation of trafficked persons. How CBN can make Naira appreciate, says the World Bank. Bandits kill 2 FRSC officials, abduct 10 others. Protests, union shots last gate over new minimum wage. Our minister inaugurates committee on COVID-19 herbal cure. Well, these are some of the stories as one would find for the guidance for today in Nigeria.
All right, and on the Independent newspaper, how I emerge as APC's consensus candidate, according to Abiru. Violence may discourage Edo voters from coming out on election day, says Itodo. Sarko's passenger baggage handling would boost confidence in air travel, says MD. Oil climbs higher as storm threatens U.S. Gulf Coast. Lottery Commission has perfected measures to deter money laundering and terrorism, says Bajabia Miller. Court charges hotel manager with terrorism. FCA sets to access to cash expectations. We don't collect money for COVID-19 tests, says the NCDC. On COVID-19, NCDC urges returning travelers to adhere. Well, adhere to what? Find out more on the Independent. Court remands 6 for acting nude in public. Police arrest 4 for allegedly beating officer to death. Lasu back out of ongoing local industrial actions. How Standard Organization of Nigeria is promoting standards in consumption of cooking gas. Lawmaker distributes furniture to 6 schools in Udu. Phony protest against Senator Utazi, laughable, says aide. APC lambasts PDP for promoting marginalization in Bayelsa. Edo Buba, there will be no partisan infiltration of, find out more, pastor arraigned over alleged defilement. Uber, Bolt drivers in Abuja may go on strike over fair charges conditions, and unions shut down Arik Air operation over 90% staff layoff. Those are the headlines we have on the Independent that we will be bringing to you this morning.
Let's take a look at the leadership newspaper now. Empowerment opportunity, find out what that's about. There's a story there. Need to focus on food security. Federal government opens all airports, imposes 6 months travel ban on the 14 passengers. And then you have hike in price of petrol, electricity, labor issues 7-day ultimatum. US slams visa ban on election riggers in Nigeria. Doctors, pharmacists wrangle over drug prescription. PMB in historic forward on Nigeria at 60 says we are stronger together. Edo now, that's regarding to Edo election. NBC warns against illegal announcements of results. Okay, and also Group 6, federal government intervention over Reverend Omotosho's release. Fuel subsidy removal, the needless furor. Okay, that's a story there. Troops neutralized Boko Haram, rescue victims. Northeast Governors Forum is long overdue. Okay, that's of interest as well. Nasarawa now, religious leaders, organizations back laws on violence against children. As COVID-19 threatens attainment of SDG 16, as you also would find, Edo 2020, Kwakoso mobilizes Arewa community, others for Obaseki's re-election. Can't COVID, preventing community spread of COVID-19. Niger governor in Nigeria, others mourn veteran journalist Hassan Kolo. And then of interest as well, Jigawa commenced training of school principals on COVID-19 IPC. Those states now, don't mark elections with inflammatory disposition, violence. Okay, that's an interesting advice also coming in through. Nabril wants stakeholders. These are some of the stories from leadership for today.
All right, so we'll take the last newspaper for this morning. The Nation. 8-man seeks total deregulation. And on insecurity, Rep seeks solution to military funding and others. From Bayelsa West, PDP promoting greed and marginalization. IYC mourns ex-INC boss Kimsey Okoko. 2 die as train hits vehicles in Lagos. Gunmen kidnap 10 FRSC officials in Nasarawa. 3 kids survive Akwa Ibom landslide. Monarch charged with murder gets 2 million naira bail. Ghana's parents dismiss 200 trained bandits report. 2 lecturers and 28 others arrested for internet fraud in Kwara. Porn staff and others remanded in Osun State. 6 murder suspects held in Lagos. Man commits suicide in Delta State. Oyo arrests fake Amoteku recruitment agent. Terrorism could bring down GDP, group warns. Zulum refugee commissioner visit Niger. Police take over Jigawa APC secretariat. I'll take that again. Police take over Jigawa APC secretariat. Fintiri appoints chairman for Pilgrims Board. US slams sanctions on top politicians and others. Abiru promises quality representation. And lastly, OOU to students don't resume until you hear announcements. Those are the headlines that wraps up newspaper review for this morning.
Well, big stories there from Nigeria for you. Remember to check them out on facebook.com/Nigeria Info Abuja. They're all there. Check them, understand them, and get some perspective with regards to the news. Now, for those choosing to also tweet at us at Nigeria Info ABJ, at Family Live, at SWAT_moi, would do fine if you're sending your tweets via that platform. Now, for writing, those who are writing in via Telegram and WhatsApp, we'd like to know what you think of this news on 080-999-30137. Now, if you choose to join us via the telephone line, do remember that your comments make a part of our broadcast, so we ask of you to be responsible as you share with us your thoughts on any of the stories we have read out for you this very morning. Please do remember, no hateful speech, no abuses, no lies, no fake news on our platform. We do appreciate if you're able to abide with these guidelines. In the event you do not abide by these guidelines, we'll terminate your call with good reason why we have done so. You have 60 seconds to share with us your thoughts as we connect with you. Please do remember to turn down the volume of your radio set. Let's take some of those calls from you this very morning. We're glad you connected with us. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
All right then.